You know what fascinates me the most about diabetes? It's not actually about genetics, like we've been told. For years, we've been led to believe that if diabetes runs in your family, then you're pretty much stuck with it. That no matter what you do, at some point, your blood sugar will spiral out of control. But after working with thousands of diabetes patients, I've discovered something that will change everything you thought you knew about blood sugar control. Let me share something personal. I remember watching my grandmother meticulously count her carbs, measure her portions, and follow every rule in the book. Yet she still struggled with her blood sugar. Like so many people, she believed diabetes was her destiny because it ran in the family. But here's the shocking truth. Type 2 diabetes isn't a genetic sentence. Yes, genetics can play a role in your susceptibility, but what really determines your blood sugar health? Your environment, your food, your habits. The modern food industry has completely betrayed us. Think about it like this. Insulin is like a key that unlocks your cells, letting glucose in to be used for energy. But when you're constantly flooding your body with carbs and sugar, it's like making hundreds of copies of that key. Eventually, your cells stop responding to insulin. That's insulin resistance, the root cause of type 2 diabetes. But here's the exciting part. You can actually reverse this process. Stick around, because at the end of this video, I'm going to share a powerful, science-backed trick that can naturally help lower your blood sugar, something most people don't even know about. If you or someone you love has ever struggled with diabetes, hit the like button so we can spread this information to more people. All right, let's break down exactly what's happening in your body and how you can take back control. Your body does not actually need carbohydrates to survive. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. We have essential amino acids from protein. We have essential fatty acids from healthy fats. But there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. Your body can make all the glucose it needs through a process called gluconeogenesis, without you ever eating a single gram of sugar or bread. Yet, look at what we've been told. We've been convinced that healthy whole grains and diabetes-friendly cereals are good for blood sugar control. But here's the problem. Those so-called healthy whole grain crackers in your pantry, they're actually packing 10% more carbs than what's listed on the label. And that diabetes-friendly breakfast cereal, it might spike your blood sugar more than actual table sugar. This is why understanding how different foods affect your blood sugar is crucial. Let's talk about pasta for a second. Ever wonder why Italians seem to eat pasta all the time but have lower diabetes rates than Americans? It's not just about what they eat, it's how they prepare it. First, they use high-fiber pasta varieties. Second, they add olive oil, which slows down glucose absorption. And here's the real secret, they never overcook their pasta. That slightly firm, al dente texture, it actually lowers the glycemic index, which means less of a blood sugar spike. And here's something even crazier. Freezing your bread or pasta and then reheating it later can actually make it better for your blood sugar. Sounds crazy, right? But when you freeze and then reheat foods, the starch molecules restructure in a way that makes them harder for your body to break down. One of my patients tried this along with a few other techniques, and she saw a massive drop in her post-meal blood sugar spikes. This is where most people get completely tripped up. That 12-ounce can of soda you're having with lunch? It's packing 40 grams of carbs, more than most diabetics should have in an entire meal. And don't even get me started on those fancy coffee drinks. A 16-ounce caramel macchiato has 60 grams of carbs. That's like eating 4 slices of bread. But even so-called healthy drinks can be misleading. A fruit smoothie from a popular chain? It might have over 80 grams of sugar. Even fruit juice, which people think is healthy, is essentially liquid sugar. Apple juice can spike blood sugar just as much as soda. So what should you drink? Water with lemon. It helps with hydration and insulin sensitivity. Black coffee with heavy cream. 0 carbs, no insulin spike. Green tea, packed with antioxidants that actually help lower blood sugar. And if you need something sweet, try this sweet potato trick. If you boil a sweet potato for 30 minutes instead of 8, its glycemic index drops from 61 down to 46. Science is amazing, isn't it? You might think that intense exercise is the best way to control diabetes, but here's the surprising truth. Gentle movement is actually more effective for blood sugar control. When you do intense exercise, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol, and guess what? That can actually raise your blood sugar. But a gentle 10-minute walk after every meal? That's perfect. It helps your muscles use up the excess glucose in your bloodstream without triggering a stress response. Other great exercises include resistance training. It helps increase insulin sensitivity. Yoga. It reduces stress, which lowers cortisol levels. Low-intensity cycling. It keeps blood sugar stable without spiking cortisol. All right, here it is. Your body already has a built-in blood sugar defense system, and you can activate it naturally. Have you heard of GLP-1? It's a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar and control hunger. The best foods to activate GLP-1. Bone broth. It's packed with glutamine to support blood sugar. Bitter greens, arugula, dandelion, rosemary. Fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, and pickles. By using these strategies, you can take control of your blood sugar naturally. Now here's your challenge. Try just one of these strategies this week. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more game-changing health tips. Most people don't realize that when you eat is just as important as what you eat when it comes to blood sugar control. Let me explain. Say you eat a plate of rice by itself. Your blood sugar spikes fast because there's nothing slowing down digestion. But what if you ate that same plate of rice after having some chicken and vegetables? Now, your body processes the meal differently. The protein and fiber slow down the absorption of glucose, preventing that massive blood sugar spike. This is called food order, and it's one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to control blood sugar. Here's how to do it. Start your meal with a fiber-rich vegetable, something like leafy greens, cucumbers, or broccoli. Then, eat your protein and healthy fats, like chicken, salmon, or avocado. Finally, eat your carbs last. This small change can dramatically lower the glucose spike from your meals. One study found that eating protein and veggies first can cut a blood sugar spike by up to 75%, compared to eating carbs alone. And if you really want to supercharge this effect, add a little apple cider vinegar before your meal. A tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in water reduces blood sugar spikes by 30 to 40%. It slows down digestion and improves insulin sensitivity, making it a powerful tool for anyone looking to stabilize their glucose levels. This is one of those hacks that sounds too simple to work, but it does. One of my patients started doing this, and within 2 weeks, her blood sugar readings after meals dropped significantly. But food order isn't the only trick. Let's talk about another game-changing strategy: meal timing. Most people eat from the moment they wake up until the moment they go to bed. Breakfast, snacks, lunch, snacks, dinner, dessert. Our bodies never get a break from insulin spikes. But when you extend the time between meals, something incredible happens. Your body shifts from storing sugar to burning it. This is called intermittent fasting, and it's one of the most powerful ways to improve blood sugar control. No, it doesn't mean starving yourself. It just means shrinking your eating window, giving your body more time in a fasting state where it can reset insulin levels. Most people start with a 12-hour fasting window, say from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Once that feels easy, they push it to 14 or even 16 hours, meaning they eat all their meals within an 8-hour window. The best part? Fasting naturally lowers insulin resistance, reduces sugar cravings, and improves fat burning. One of my patients, a 52-year-old woman who struggled with high blood sugar for years, started fasting just 14 hours a day. Within a month, her fasting glucose dropped by 20 points, and she didn't change what she was eating, just when she was eating. And if you pair intermittent fasting with gentle movement, the results get even better. Most people think they need intense workouts to lower blood sugar. But here's the thing. When you exercise too hard, your body releases cortisol, a stress hormone that can actually raise blood sugar. This is why some people do high-intensity workouts and see higher glucose readings afterward. But there's a better way. Instead of pushing yourself to exhaustion, focus on short, low-intensity movements after meals. Something as simple as a 10-minute walk after eating can cut a blood sugar spike by 30 to 50%. Even light household chores like cleaning or stretching can lower post-meal glucose by making your muscles soak up the sugar in your bloodstream. And if you prefer weight training, focus on slow, controlled movements with heavier weights. This builds lean muscle, which improves insulin sensitivity over time. Muscle is like a sponge for glucose. The more muscle you have, the better your body is at controlling blood sugar naturally. Now, I know what you're thinking. If all of this works so well, why don't more doctors talk about it? The truth is, most doctors are trained to treat diabetes with medications, not lifestyle changes. But here's what they don't tell you. Your body already has a built-in blood sugar regulation system. It just needs the right signals to activate it. And one of the most powerful ways to do this is by boosting GLP-1. GLP-1 is a hormone that helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce hunger, and improve insulin sensitivity. There's a reason why GLP-1 medications like Ozempic and Mounjaro have become so popular. They mimic this natural hormone to help people control their blood sugar. But what if I told you that you can stimulate GLP-1 naturally, without expensive medications? Here's how. First, eat bitter foods. Every time you taste something bitter, like arugula, dandelion greens, or dark chocolate, you're triggering GLP-1 release. Second, eat more fermented foods. Kimchi, sauerkraut, and pickles support gut bacteria that naturally boost GLP-1 production. And third, drink bone broth. Bone broth is packed with glutamine, an amino acid that supercharges your GLP-1 response. One of my patients started drinking 1 cup of bone broth before dinner every night, and within weeks, her blood sugar readings were more stable than they had been in years. These small tweaks rewire your metabolism to work for you instead of against you. And if you combine them with proper meal timing, gentle movement, and smart food choices, the results can be incredible. I had a patient who was taking 300 units of insulin daily. She felt stuck. She thought diabetes controlled her life. But after implementing these strategies, changing food order, improving insulin sensitivity, boosting GLP-1 naturally, she was able to reduce her insulin use by 60%. Now, does this mean everyone will have the same results? Number. But what it does mean is that you have more control than you think. Diabetes doesn't have to control your life. With the right knowledge and support, you can take back control of your health. Start with one change today. Maybe it's adding fermented foods to your diet. Maybe it's drinking bone broth before meals. Maybe it's just going for a short walk after eating. Whatever it is, commit to one small change today. Because every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And if you found this helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so we can keep spreading this information to more people.